Whovians, hop in your TARDIS. You're listening to Doctor, huh?
How did nobody ever catch this terrible thief?
Why are they on a bus? What's that? Public transit? I don't even know. I'm Jordan, and I'm saluting.
I'm your screaming, flaming, celebrating skeleton, Sam.
And we have a guest this week. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm János, and I'm the one who knocks 4 times.
Damn.
I don't know what that means yet. Oh, no.
It's very scary.
You'll find out very soon or never.
Or never.
Or never, yeah, that's right.
That sure
hello,
pays off so well. Or not. I may be joking.
We'll be so excited in like 2 years when we're watching an episode and someone like knocks on the door 4 times and the doctor, we get a close up on his face and he starts sweating and sweating profusely and we'll go, what?
Yeah, you're going to have to keep
Knockwatch
from here on.
Yeah, Knockwatch. Every time someone knocks on a door, we have to tell our listeners how many times the door was knocked upon. Yeah.
Is there ever a time on this show when he knocks on a door and they say, who's there? And he says, the Doctor.
Who?
And they say, the Doctor Who? And he says, yes.
He just opens his mouth and the theme song comes out.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen?
Yeah, every episode actually.
Basically.
Shit, it's the fucking streaming thing. It always does the like skip intro, so I miss it every time.
That's the intro. Ever since the what was it called? The Unearthly Child, starring William Hartnell as the first Doctor. That's the first line of the show. I actually can't believe you called that one.
That's a good episode.
Is it good? I'm interested to see
the very first episode. I think it's one of the best like pilots of like any show. The first episode, and then
that's a shame that we have
and then there's like 3 other parts that like it's like a 4-parter, and the first episode is kind of standalone, and it's really cool, and then the rest is okay. But the actual very first is really good.
Well, now that raises a question for me, which is, János, how much Doctor Who have you seen?
I have seen some. I was really into Doctor Who at the age and time when people were into when people our age would have been into Doctor Who. So
you were like 14-ish, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, like 15, 16, until I was 18. The guy who was on TV at that point was Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're like roughly the same age. Yeah. Then.
Now, is there something about Matt Smith that made you stop watching?
Did you stop watching
no,
somewhere
not.
around? Really?
Oh, okay.
I watched until like the 2nd season of Peter Capaldi, and I didn't hate it. Like I still enjoyed the Capaldi era, but then there was like a year break, and I guess I changed as a person. And there was a new season of Doctor Who, and I just like stopped paying attention. And then I never missed it. And then when the first Jodie Whittaker episode came out, I was like, yeah, I'll watch this. And then I stopped.
Oh, so you're telling me you're a huge misogynist.
I hate women.
I remember actually because we're Twitter mutuals. And I do remember when they announced Jodie Whittaker, you being like, I guess we're going to have to start referring to the Doctor as they, them. I remember you saying that on Twitter. So
yeah, it was.
It makes a lot of sense.
The Doctor.
Okay, but back in the realm of things that are true, this is series 4. I don't know how to talk about this. This is 2008 special.
This is the series 4. One of the series 4 specials. It's one of 3 specials.
It's no. It's the 2nd of 5 specials after series 4. Planet of the Dead, written by Russell T Davies and Gareth Roberts. Don't look him up on Wikipedia.
I looked him up on Wikipedia. He's a transphobe.
Directed by James Strong. Certified British moment. Do
you even need to like qualify? If you say this guy is bad and also this guy is British, then
you can make your own
conclusions. Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of reasons that a British person can be bad,
but that's like the most. That's like Occam's razor.
Yeah,
we call that one Linen's razor.
I would say usually you like find the like personal life section, or like it's rare that there's like a dedicated transphobic comments section.
You get that one upon birth in the UK, I'm pretty sure.
It's really nasty, and also like it's also like one of the dumbest like transphobic things I've ever heard. Like it's not one I commonly heard. It's incredibly stupid.
bold new take on transphobia that I haven't seen before. Anyways, we don't need to dwell on it. I don't think.
But I will say, in regards of like this being like in this weird like in between seasons specials time, brings me to the weird situation that I have watched like most of New Doctor Who up until like the middle of Capaldi, but I skipped the specials between like after the end of season 4 up until I skipped right ahead to like the final one, like the final.
Well, from what we've seen so far, you probably aren't missing out.
Exactly, because that's why like, I was just the companions were all like celebrity guest stars, but they were celebrities who you only know if you're British.
I was gonna say, I have no fucking clue who this lady is.
Legend of the Sea Devils, we had Yaz and Dan the Man. This time, just all the companions are, like, on vacation or something. It's Easter, for the record. It's the Easter special.
Yaz and Dan are British celebrities. They play Yaz and Dan on Doctor Who.
Okay.
Well, that's the other thing with the companions, is that season 4 ended in a way, I'm not gonna spoil, like, how exactly, but it kind of did, like, a weird fake-out thing, where it was, like, you'd think it ends, but then it didn't, and then there's a couple of specials...
like the extra Sherlock season.
Exactly, yeah, and a couple of specials were, like, tacked on. But you knew it was going to be the end of David Tennant, so it felt, like, pointless to watch, like, a Christmas special where there's, like, a British celebrity as the Doctor.
He's just waiting out his last few episodes of his life. Was this Martha? Or, sorry, was this Donna? Was the season 4 companion? Is
yes.
that who he... Okay.
I think so.
Damn, what a loss.
Spoilers, now I know there's someone named Donna. What did we all think of this episode?
It was alright.
I thought it was fine.
It was fine.
So here's the thing. This is the first time I'm watching Doctor Who in many years. And just the act... I will say, the act of watching Doctor Who feels a lot more cringe than I remembered. Like, especially like...
Yeah, you gotta...
Hey!
This is kind of the thing I was thinking about when we do have guests on this, is that we are asking them to step into the wibbly-wobbly world of Doctor Who. With
Whatever, we've made people watch The Secret Life of the American Teenager. But like, that's way worse.
It's not cringe to watch The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
Disagree.
There's a special type of like embarrassment that you get from
I 100% agree.
Mid-2000s Tiaboo culture.
It's because for a lot of people, this is like opening up your old MySpace page from when you were like, imagine if I sat you down, Sam, and asked you to talk about the contents of your MySpace. Do you think that would
No.
Exactly. And that's what you're asking. I mean, if you've never watched Doctor Who, it might be different, but for people like us, the damaged post-cringe teenagers, we're confronting a part of ourselves that was like...
It's funny that you say this, because literally a couple episodes ago, you used the phrase, I'm cringe but I'm free, to talk about how much you were enjoying watching Doctor Who.
I am enjoying Doctor Who. It's been fun to watch. It's much better than Kyle XY, but that doesn't... But what is the first half of that statement? I'm cringe.
I don't know, I wasn't listening.
I think
I'm cringe but I'm free.
This is also like an episode that is like especially like... I think the episode is like... alright. I was very confused by the plot. Like, it was like... I was following it, like, fine up until a certain point, and then I just completely had no idea what was happening.
I really liked the parts that were written by Russell T. Davies, but all the parts written by Gareth Roberts just kind of had this nasty stank on them that I didn't
It was
care
kind of
for.
cool that they had the, like, in the bottom right corner, it showed you which writer wrote each individual line, so you could follow along.
Oh yeah, we were watching the High School Musical annotated edition, by the way, where they would have little pop-ups that say, Russell wrote this part.
This episode has, like, a way too long Wikipedia page for, like, how inconsequential the actual episode is.
That's kind of how all the Doctor Who episodes are.
They feel overwritten.
The episode itself, I also thought was way too long.
Yes, it was an hour, which was those extra 50. Like
for no benefit, by the way.
That was the other thing when I heard you ask me to do one of the specials.
They drive the bus out of the wormhole, and everyone claps and laughs and cheers, and for 5 minutes, and then you say, the episode's over, and then they start shooting at stingrays for another 5 minutes.
I can't deal with the amount of this show from what little we've seen of it so far.
People clapping,
people applauding for the Doctor.
It's so crazy how, like, 45 minutes is, like, a perfectly fine, like, amount of time to watch Doctor Who, but then when it's just, like, 10 minutes longer, it drags so much.
because they have to put in a little slapstick scene of some British stand-up comedian you're not familiar with flailing with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say about like the distinct brand of cringe that this episode has. I think it's like because like by the end of season 4, like it got like really dour. Like I read something Russell T Davies said about this, that it got like really dour at that point, and they were like, let's put some fluff into it. Let's make him say a lot of one-liners, and let him and Michelle Ryan like play off each other in like a way that they don't really have chemistry, but they keep repeating to each other that they do.
Yeah, it was very funny seeing the Doctor and his famous celebrity companion go, "We're a perfect couple. She's just like me for real." Like, no, not at all.
Well, shall we get into it then?
Yeah.
We begin at the International Gallery, not the National Gallery. Don't get fucking twisted.
We begin with a heist, like a real, honest to goodness
shit heist.
It's a real shit heist for a real shit artifact. This is
I would simply not do it this way.
This is school play level goblet that she is stealing. You can see the paint, the gold paint on the cup.
Hey, that's real gold paint. It's expensive as hell.
This heist working depends on like all the guards just like staring into one direction. Like that's the only way.
This heist depends on them putting the precious golden goblet underneath a hole in the skylight and then making a laser wall, but no laser ceiling.
I mean, laser ceilings are expensive. Yeah, I didn't. I just love that they have open laser grid under skylight, and all the guards are facing away from the cup. But the reason for that, I have a hypothesis for you, Sam. The reason, if they were facing each other, is that if the thief
would all fire
and kill each other instantly, just like in the last episode we watched.
You know, we talk though about how this heist succeeding depends on some real stupid shit. The heist failing also depends on some real stupid shit. Like, for example, when the masked thief Mission Impossible's down from the ceiling and replaces the golden goblet with a Maneki Neko, she uses one that is really like creaky and loud, so they immediately know.
I like to replace my golden artifact with an alarm clock. Hey, the goblet's creaking again! Tell it to shut up!
But then she goes back up through the roof, and then we cut to her back inside the museum like, got away from them. And then she takes off her mask for no reason.
Well, we have to see the famous British celebrity that we like.
This is Michelle Ryan, who, like, on the production page of...
Who is this? I don't...
She's an EastEnders lady.
Oh, she was in... Michelle Ryan's casting attracted media attention owing to Ryan's recent relatively high-profile roles in EastEnders, Jekyll, Bionic Woman, and Merlin.
Jekyll?
We've all seen all of these.
Wait! Hold on a second. And she played opposite Billie Piper on Mansfield Park. This country is too small. There's not enough people in this country because they're all all on the TV shows together.
That's an American saying that, so I don't know that we necessarily...
No, I know.
Russell T. Davies commented on this that Michelle is one of the most sought-after young actors in the country.
I don't know about that, Rusty. I'm not sure about that.
He probably has better perspective than we do.
Literally, one of her credits on Wikipedia is for this one-off role on Doctor Who. So, nice.
Well, she was so sought after that they all fought over her, and then they all died. They couldn't give her any more roles.
In a big circle.
To be fair, Doctor Who is a very big, popular show. It's not like this isn't notable.
You have to assume that, like, EastEnders is just so huge in the UK.
I hear it referenced on every comedy show that I watch.
Here was a detail I actually kind of liked, where the thief lady hops on a bus to escape from the police, and she tries to like pay for the bus, and she goes, "What's that thing called again? Lobster card?" And the guy's like, "No, it's an Oyster card." And she says, "Oh, okay. I don't know." And I was like, "Oh, is she an alien? Is she from outer space?" No, it's just that she's wealthy and doesn't know what she doesn't know how public transportation
works. She's the aristocracy, which is cool.
Yeah,
we like it.
She said something that I didn't understand, which was, "I only use my Oyster card when there's an R in the month," and he says, "It's April."
I think the joke This is like one of those great like Doctor Who jokes where it's like
so funny.
way too much setup for what the payoff is, and it just doesn't quite. And it's edited like in a way where like it's, I don't know, just so many of these quips are like delivered in a way where you're supposed to laugh, but it like doesn't really spark joy.
This show needs a laugh.
I just made a note that this joke might make sense to British people.
I think the joke is something like that you only eat oysters, or that there's only oysters in seasons where there's an hour in the month or something.
Oh,
is that true?
I don't know. I've heard of that from like fish, like certain types of fish.
Oysters are month.
That's where I buy all my oysters.
Yeah, okay, that is a thing. They say you should only eat oysters if the month has an R in it.
That's why I'm always eating oysters in June. Anyways.
Great.
She, instead of paying for the bus with an Oyster card, which she doesn't have because she's a filthy rich person who doesn't know how to take the bus, she gives the driver some diamond earrings, and he's like, all right, that's fine.
Not to cinema sins ding this episode, but like if you're like a master thief heist person, you should have like an escape route where you like have the.
Why didn't she have like a getaway driver?
We didn't talk about it, but when she runs outside of the museum as the alarm is going off, her getaway driver is being arrested.
Oh yeah, she's like goodbye, lover, and smirks.
Which is entirely her fault again, because she put down a loud creaking mechanical cat behind instead of anything.
I mean, you
else.
should have a plan B though.
Yeah, the plan B was getting on the bus for the first time.
For bus.
B for bus.
B is for bus.
I wish she had gotten on a train. That would have been a much more interesting episode.
Well, that would be fine.
T for train.
I love this bus driver for so many reasons, but my favorite reason that I love the bus driver is as the police see her, and apparently she fucking is so bad at being a masked thief because they see her and they're like, literally the detective says, she's on that bus. It's definitely her.
I love the part where the Javert of this woman's life, this unnamed detective who is like pursuing her through this episode. She gets on such
a nothing character.
She gets on the bus. She gets on the bus and then looks directly out the window facing the police officers with her face pressed directly up against the glass so that he can
holding
see
a
her
sign
face.
that says "I did it."
I did it. Like, why wasn't she like keeping a low profile, having her face? She's just very bad.
Why didn't she leave on the roof?
Yeah,
but okay, to finish my thought, what I love about the bus driver is that the police start chasing them, and the bus driver's like, nobody's gonna take my diamonds. Like,
this guy is just ready.
Pull over, the police are after you. He's like, no, my diamonds.
This is the guy who's ready for, like what? How much could a diamond be worth? $5? To like take up a life of crime. And I think for a working class fellow, I respect it. I respect the grift. I respect everything about him. I wish he didn't get turned into a screaming
I was gonna say the show is certainly gonna like reward him for this.
Unfortunately fortunately for her, and I guess unfortunately for everyone else on the bus, the doctor is here on the bus. He's got a big funny machine, and he's eating looks like he was eating like a chocolate orange or something. I don't know.
It's like
whatever they
like
eat
an
over
Easter
there.
egg.
He's eating like one of those big nasty Easter eggs that they like over there.
It looks like something. It looks
yeah.
British.
I've never eaten a lot of chocolate. No, of course not.
And he's like, he disproves Christ or something in this episode.
This did make me laugh out loud.
It was very funny.
He's like, "Oh, happy Easter." It's funny. I can usually never find it because it's always on a different day every year. I remember the original though. What really happened was, and then his thing starts beeping, and he's like, "Oh, never mind." Hold on.
I like
Sorry,
to
I'll get
imagine
back
that
to
the
this in a
doctor
minute.
is ready at every moment to tell people like the truth about the Bible. Like,
I just imagine that like Christians were protesting this episode, like he was gonna and then Russell T Davies would be like, no, he was gonna have he was gonna say that Jesus actually resurrected 1 million guys.
He came back to life, and he
came back to life 1 million times. Sorry, I forgot what Easter was.
Easter was the day that Jesus
Jewish
summoned
moment.
Jesus released the virus on Raccoon City or whatever.
I was thinking about Lazarus. My bad.
Okay, same thing.
So yeah,
I remember what really happened. He came out of the tomb, and then someone shot him with a shotgun, and then he got back up, and then they killed him again, and he kept getting
got
up.
out of the tomb, and he got in the doctor's TARDIS, and then the doctor took him away to somewhere else, and then they kissed each other.
I gotta say, like, maybe this is from, like, having a distance from the show at this point, but the moment David Tennant showed up, and it, like, did, like, the zoom in on his sneakers, and then on his jacket, and then, like, you know, finally he's like, hello, I'm the doctor. And I was just like, this fucking guy.
I didn't know where that sentence was going to go. I was like, is this going to be like great to see it, or like oh god.
Oh, see, our first episode was a Matt Smith one,
yeah.
So can you imagine how much more potent and amplified that must have felt to see his like bow tie and his funny weird face and his weird hair?
I didn't even have the snow globe yet, and I still don't know what's going on with that.
I am more fond of Matt Smith than I am of
really.
Tennant.
Who's your favorite Doctor of all 13 of them? Of
all of them, Tom Baker probably.
All of them.
Who you probably haven't met yet.
We are our next Patreon bonus episode. We're going to watch what apparently is widely considered one of the worst Doctor serials.
I like that we watch one of the worst 5th Doctor serials, then we watch one of the best 7th Doctor serials, and then we watch one of the worst 4th Doctor serials. We're kind
The
of
Invisible Enemy is the name.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Nothing.
Well, there you go.
So this bus driver, the police start chasing after the bus on the highway, and this bus driver is just ready to die. Like, he is ready.
The diamonds!
He's literally like, he pulls a gun out of his of nowhere and just starts shooting at the police. Like he is ready to see hell at this moment.
Listeners, that's not true.
It is true. The doctor pulls out like a weird. I kind of thought this was funny. He has this like weird gadget, and it's got like a little radar dish on a spring, and he's like flicking it, and he's like, "This is supposed to be spinning around. What's going on? Oh, I'm so zany."
He's going silly mode. The bus starts cringing at it, and everyone falls over.
Is that what made them go through the wormhole? The cringium energy was too high. He's too zany! He's too zany! It's opening up a rift in the wormhole!
We get the thief's name here, Christina. We don't get her full name just yet, fortunately. The police witness the bus just vanishing right in front of them.
There's like 5 or 6 people on the bus.
Name them.
Name one of them.
Let's see. I can name one of them. Carmen was the lady.
Oh yeah, it was the professor.
And her husband?
There was one, Barman.
Lou.
And there was Nathan, so I remember him. Cause
Nathan was here?
He was the one that has the same name as our brother. And then there was the one that was called the Doctor.
The Doctor?
And there was one called Christina.
Uh-huh.
And there was one called...
There's 2 more.
There was was there
and the driver, but I don't know if we get his name.
Yeah, Skelly.
The driver's credited as bus driver on Wikipedia, so I don't think.
There was...
Incinerated bus driver.
Was there a guy named Barclay?
Yes.
Barclay is Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh, and there was one lady, I don't remember her first name, but I remember her last name was Litekle.
No. Oh, yeah, no. Angela Whitaker is the other.
Why did she give us her last name? It was foreshadowing.
I guess it's because she's proper, because she's older. So
and then I remember that Lou, Carmen's husband, he tells us that he has a really hot brother named Kyle.
I was hoping you would bring up Lou from the hit series Kyle XY, who doesn't exist.
Daniel Kaluuya is here, and he's the most like nothing character. Like, I assume this was like before he got famous, because there's 5 actors in this country.
Yeah, I mean, this was like, what, 2009 or so?
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya.
He's in Get Out.
Oh, he's like famous.
He's famous.
Good for him.
Didn't you notice his shirt that said, "I will be famous"?
He says, "I'll be famous one day. Remember my name, Daniel Kaluuya." It's kind of funny how this guy is so much more famous than the special guest star of this episode.
Well, like for us, but I think in
true.
the UK they probably still like know Michelle Ryan and fucking Lee Evans, Evan Lee, what's his name?
Oh, he was so funny.
Oh, was he? He was the professor.
He was the comedy guy.
He was the one who wore the funny big goggles with
one
the big
of the
eye.
Funniest characters in Doctor Who.
So
even before
funny.
I looked up who he was and saw that he was a well-known stand-up comedian, I was like, this guy's gotta be someone, because there's no way that this is just some random actor that we're watching fall over.
I think
for
if
10
Doctor
minutes.
Who wants comic relief, they should just show us a Dalek. That's all they need to do. They just need to show us Big Head Dalek or something. So they're in a desert. They're in a desert. On the desert bus, they're driving to Las Vegas in real time.
Hey, did you look up where this was filmed?
Yes, this was in Dubai.
It was filmed in Dubai, and they had like some fucking Werner Herzog-ass production problems where they had like 5 days to shoot, and 3 days of them was a sandstorm, so they had to like put a lot of the scenes like into the bus to film it in a studio, and they had to use a lot of lens flares to like mask that they're filming in a studio.
There's another great fun fact about the filming, which is that apparently in the original script, the bus did not get all fucked up, but when they shipped the bus to Dubai, because it's a real, like a British double-decker red bus,
they accidentally put the
during
bus through
transport,
a
it got like fucked up. So they had to write into the episode that the bus got like busted up in the wormhole.
The roof got like sheared off.
Yeah, I know,
what
right?
What happened to
the
bus?
They might have fucked it up extra for their own.
They were
purposes,
having a BBC moment.
Yeah, they actually shipped the bus via wormhole to Dubai, and
as they're going through the wormhole, though, British writer Gareth Whatever, a little pop up came up in the corner and said he really likes the magical black woman trope. So there's she's like
that might have been not to defend him, but I'm 90% sure that's a Russell T Davies thing, because it's like the overarching arc of this.
I do think that it's very funny. Something that has been reoccurring from Doctor Who episodes we've seen is that in this universe, psychic powers are real and exist, and that there's like psychic training that people can get. So I was like much more willing to accept this lady who can speak to dead people because I've already seen.
This was weird, though, because I'm starting to face facts with Doctor Who where I'm like, I know that there was that offhand line from 7th Doctor in Remembrance of the Daleks on patreon.com/pottingbros, $1 a month, where he says, like, the human propensity for ignoring I can't remember for self-delusion. But, like, there's so much shit here where I'm like, wait, I'm sorry. Everybody knows that there's like giant robots and aliens and ghosts.
Yes, they all
psychic
attacked Earth. We've talked about this before.
I know, but I just assumed that there was going to be like a Ghostbusters moment where they get mind wiped, but no, just like characters will casually be like, "Oh yeah, when the giant robots were around."
That's why, like, there's a whole like the fucking Metro Police of London have a doctor unit, and they all are like doctor fanboys. Also,
I know, and this is the first time I've seen it.
When they
get your first unit episode, Unit fucking
when they get
Unit
to
is
planet
okay
Dubai.
in the old in the old show. Unit is pretty well. It's still a military unit, but they have like the leader of Unit is a really cool character in the classic show.
The leader of Unit is he says ACAB at one point, so we like him.
Oh yeah,
I had a feel when I saw all caps Unit, I was like, this has to be some like 60s shit.
Yeah,
it's like GUN.
In the revival, I think the actor who played like the brigadier, like the Unit guy, was like really old and sick, so they didn't bring him back, and then he died, and then paid tribute to him, and but they didn't have like that anchor character, so it's just like this like paramilitary or like this military unit that always kind of sucks, like, because it's always like, and in this episode it's also like Unit is like there's this conflict between what the Doctor wants to do and what Unit wants to do, which is shoot the aliens, but then at the end of the day they're still pretty cool. Like, you still like always have to think
they applaud for him for 5 minutes.
They clap so long. Okay, so they get on a planet. There's three suns.
The thing I was going to say, Carmen on the bus. Yeah. She starts going like, "They're crying, the voices of the dead. We're surrounded by the voices of the dead." So that's how we know.
We're on the planet of the dead. Doctor
this episode is Planet of the Dead.
Okay, they're all on a bus. They're in the desert. We see some aliens, and they're like, so they're probably like bug people. They have like little claws.
Yeah, this is where it gets confusing, because up until this point, it's like bus, desert, easy.
This is the part where one of the characters, I think it's Barclay, Daniel Kaluuya,
yes,
I think, talks about
this was the thing. Yeah.
He says, like, this is just like the time that we had 3 planets in the sky on Earth. Remember that? Probably you had something to do with that, Doctor.
Because they see that there's 3 suns in the sky, and he's like, oh, this is like when there were all the planets in the sky, but what happened that time was that the Earth moved around.
This is like that time that they had...
Does the average person know about this shit?
This is like that time where they had ghosts on EastEnders.
This is like the time that a ghost was elected to Parliament.
So, they've traveled through a wormhole, and that's why they're in this space desert. And the Doctor is doing his doctor thing where he's trying to figure out what's going on. He picks up some sand and he tastes it and he says, the spice of Arrakis. Just a little Dune joke for you, haha.
Yeah, I figured. But he actually says, ew, gross. Christina, I liked this moment. Okay, I'll say it. She puts on a pair of sunglasses from her backpack. We'll be seeing a lot of her backpack this episode.
Yeah, she's kind of a regular Dora the Explorer this week.
She puts on her sunglasses and she, for no reason, smugly announces that she's always ready for any emergency. Okay, you have sunglasses in a bag. Shut up.
I'm ready to drive during a sunny day.
But the Doctor, he kind of looks jealous. So he, like, sort of surreptitiously takes off the glasses he's wearing and, like, tints the lenses with his screwdriver and puts them back on. And he's like, yeah, me too.
He's got a sonic screwdriver that can solve any problem whenever he wants.
Except for be a flashlight.
At this point, the Doctor picks up some sand and he throws it at the portal and it goes... And he goes, wormhole, this is how we got here. And then the bus driver says, I'm ready to die, goodbye.
The bus driver just goes, oh, we could go home through there? And the Doctor's like, no. He just cheerfully walks through the portal, becomes a flaming, screaming skeleton.
He advertises Halo 4 before he dies.
He appears back in London, and the skeleton's like got his hands in the air, so happy, and just falls into a pile of bones.
This was the best moment of the episode
the
for
cops
me.
who were waiting on the... I loved it. The cops who were waiting on the other side because they were chasing the thief on the bus are like, oh my god, it's a planet full of happy skeletons. We have to be ready for anything.
That's why it's called
Planet I love that the Doctor, the detective rather, is just like, I don't know, call unit, I don't know, man, I don't know.
They'll probably figure it out.
Yeah, and then I think Daniel Kaluuya is like, there was a skeleton! Did you see it? He was a skeleton! Like, that's...
The Doctor's like,
well, you gotta pad it out to make it an hour.
So much of the writing in this episode is like, later there's a moment where, spoilers, the bus starts flying and everyone is like, it's flying! It's a flying bus!
It's a flying bus! It's a bus that's flying! It's a flying
bus in the sky! And then there's a scene where someone else starts flying the bus and it plays like fucking Harry Potter on his broomstick music, happy like Christmas music, and everyone's clapping and cheering for the bus. But
I want to also say a quick little possibly continuity note. I don't know. Everything means something. Barclay is like, you had that weird scanner thing. This must be your fault. And the Doctor says, humans on buses always blaming me, which is probably a really funny call.
Well, yeah, because he got blamed because he got blamed for inspiring Rosa Parks that one time.
Always blaming me on ending segregation.
So, the Doctor is like, our buses got damaged because of those fucking cheap-ass shipping people who fucked our bus up when we took it to Dubai. And the reason that they're safe is because the bus was acting like a Faraday cage. And then Barclay, or was it Barclay?
It's Nathan. Nathan we learned about Faraday cages in school.
He's like, kids, this is why if you're ever in a thunderstorm, you should stay in the car. It makes you safe. Smiles at the camera, and then it plays.
It's apparently like, true. I didn't know that. I learned something this episode.
The Doctor teaches us many lessons outside of the schoolroom.
Well, it's not educational.
Listen to the F Plus podcast.
I would say
that's a very vague statement. It's the Tales in Retail episode.
Yeah.
Since we just had the skeleton bit, I will say at this point that this episode was the first one that was filmed in HD apparently, and it looks like shit. Like,
it looks so bad. That's why you can see the shitty paint on the special.
You can see too much. Like they got the better cameras, but they didn't scale any of the rest of the budget, so the CGI looks like even worse in comparison.
Oh, it looks so bad. But I like that. But
that's
position,
what we want.
Yeah, our position on Doctor János is that the show looks like shit, and we like that it looks like shit. because everything is too expensive nowadays, and it
Oh
looks
yeah, absolutely.
Fuck off, Disney.
I
I don't
So,
want to see
I like
Disney
this
plus
part-
Doctor Who.
I like this part where Christina is like, oh, well, if the bus was acting like a Faraday cage, how are we going to get home if the bus got fucked up in transit? And then the doctor's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not that fucked up. It'll probably work.
She's like, wait, a Faraday cage needs to be a closed system, and the bus isn't. And the doctor's just like, well, I mean, we're
can't-
alive, so it clearly worked.
We
It
can't
works
write our
enough.
way.
Shut up.
We can't write our way around this. And then Christina says, I will take charge. I will be leader. Let's go on the bus. And now I will do my cool part where I tell you everyone's names and plans.
this bit sucks.
This sucks.
We meet everyone, blah, 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 blah. We already did that. This is where we learn a little bit more about Carmen's psychic powers, because her husband Lou explains that every week, twice a week, they buy the lottery ticket that she wants them to buy, or whatever the fuck, and they win £10 twice a week, every week, for the past, 15 years or so.
I'm gonna, not to be like Jeremy Cinnamonsons, but not that I'm Cinnamonsons, yeah, because they're on Arrakis. So they got spice. Not to be Cinnamonsons about it, but I don't understand the nature of Carmen's psychic powers, but if she could win £10 on the lottery every week, twice a week for 15 years, couldn't she aim a little bit higher, or is she trying to stay humble?
I think what it's supposed to be is that she has 10% psychic powers, it's really low. So
She's got £10 psychic
3
powers.
of the 5 numbers, or however many numbers there are in the lottery. She gets some of the numbers right, but not all of them.
I thought of it differently. I thought well, she can't, if the winning lottery ticket isn't in their town, then they can't just materialize it because she knows which one it is.
No, I don't think that's how lottery works. I don't know how lottery works, in the UK, or I guess in America.
I watched a lot of VPN Taskmaster, so I've seen a lot of British lottery commercials, and I'm pretty sure the way it works is that you spend all your money on it, and then that's it. So it's how it works in the US.
Because how lottery works here would be that you have to choose 6 numbers.
If there's one jackpot ticket, wait, what?
So this is how the lottery tickets work in Germany, or in Hungary as well, is that you get a ticket, and you choose 6 numbers out of, I don't know, 50. And then every week they pull 6 numbers out of a pool of balls.
Oh, I think that is a thing. I think I think of scratch tickets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, scratchers.
Because I think, prophecy-wise, it makes more sense that she, get some of the numbers lottery? That you pull.
Whatever. I don't think this is important to discuss. I don't think this is important at all.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Shut up. Okay.
Well, the doctor gets to the bottom of this by holding up fingers behind his back, and she's able to guess how many fingers he's holding up. So he has proved that she's psychic.
This is the other thing, though, on that note of why do they only win £10, is he says that her psychic ability might be amplified by the alien sun. So usually it sucks.
So Lou is like, all right, honey, I need you to get all 6 numbers this time while we're here.
While we're here. Can you look ahead and get all the jackpots for the next 10 years, please?
Let's see what happens next. Oh, yeah, Christina's like, we have a plan, blah blah blah. Carmen is like, death is coming. Death is coming.
There's a nice little moment where everyone starts freaking out, and the doctor
I like this.
He just goes around the room, and he just asks everyone where they were going on the bus, and Angela's like, oh, I was going home to my husband and my daughter. Barclay was going to see a girl he likes. Nathan was he's unemployed, but he was going to watch TV. Lou and Carmen were going to have pork chops for dinner.
And gravy. He mentions it 1,000 times this episode. Chops and gravy.
Yeah, well, you gotta pat it.
Chops and gravy.
but yeah, I like that the doctor's all of those things are important and special, so just think about those and hold on to those nice thoughts, and I'm gonna get you out of here. It was a very doctor moment.
Is this a point where he starts bullying Barclay?
I don't remember him.
I don't remember him
he
ties Barclay's shoes together and he calls him a nerd.
Puts him in a locker. All of your things are very special, but there's no way that girl would ever go for you. Exactly. Now get in this locker.
Unit arrives on the scene. They're doing their cool military stuff. This is like I always think it's funny. We've talked about this before. Wait,
yes.
hold on. We talked about this before, that like the Doctor doesn't use weapons, so every once in a while they have to have an episode where 1 million people with big cool guns show up and they start shooting things, and that's just like what they're here to do. They're just here to be like, go, 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 move out, formation.
I was gonna say, we talked about this on Remembrance of the Daleks, episode 2 of it, part 3, whatever. Where you were talking about Mike the crypto-fascist and how you said you like to keep an eye on the actor's trigger discipline. And you were like, oh yeah, Mike, he's holding the gun, but he only points it at someone when he might fire, and even then he keeps his finger off the trigger. And you're like, good trigger discipline, Mike. The unit troops arrive and charge in with their machine guns pointed at the police with their fingers on the trigger.
They are based. I love them. They're cool.
Literally just like, you're in my way.
Tom Foss style, baby.
Unit loves guns so much. Like that's the whole like Unit versus the Doctor dichotomy, is that they love guns, but the Doctor,
they have big cool guns. They bring like anti-air weaponry just in case.
Well, and thank God.
The Doctor
in
has
case a flying bus appears.
I'm gonna call out the Doctor on this one though, because like of course he he has a magic screwdriver. He has a time machine. Like he doesn't need guns. Like it's easy for him to like not having to rely on guns. Whatever.
Right.
Well,
I mean, if
he doesn't
really
have his
needs
magic
to,
time
he can
machine
just,
in this episode.
If he really needs to, he can just travel back in time a couple of seconds, so there's 2 of him, and then they can just beat the shit out of someone hand to hand.
That does happen a lot in Doctor Who. You just haven't seen those.
And he can just do that as many times as he needs until it's like 10 on 1.
Imagine if there was an episode with multiple Doctors in it. Well, we did see in the Rebel Flush that ended with like slimy Odo Matt Smith appearing. That would have been
and I thought that the subtitles called him Dr. Granger because I
what
don't know how
the
to
fuck?
read.
Speaking of which, not to like dwell on old episodes, what the fuck is the resolution with there being a slimy flesh Doctor who has all of the Doctor's memories? What can
I don't know. We'll find out when we random it next week.
Yeah. Imagine.
Oops, I mean.
So let's see. We get the like leader of unit, the captain who's like shows up and says Alpha Squadron, go go go,
jargon, move out, move out.
We love the Doctor. We love him so very much.
Point guns and move with guns.
And they all point their guns.
Stand
at the
down,
portal.
detective. We're here to point our guns. I like that the detective is like, he's like, unit captain, whatever. We get her name later, but I don't have it written down here. There's a thief on the bus who and she's just like, shut the fuck up and get away from me. I don't give a shit.
Fuck cops. So the plan currently, Christina's plan is that they're gonna cut the seat cushions out of the bus, jam them. We got a line earlier, by the way. The bus driver said, the bus isn't moving, it's stuck in the sand. Okay,
yes.
Cool. The plan is that they're going to dig up the wheels of the bus, put some seat cushions under it, make like a little bridge out of seat cushions.
The trouble is that the wheels on the bus aren't going round and round.
They're not going round and round all through the desert of Dubai. So they're going to put some seat cushions under the bus, back the bus up, drive it through the portal. Everyone goes home. Everybody lives just this once.
Everyone claps. Everyone catches on fire.
Everyone claps for 5 minutes.
Everyone becomes a flaming celebrating skeleton.
And that's why the Doctor regenerates in this season. It's because he becomes a skeleton. Uh-huh. He turns into Matt Smith.
Got to give a shout out to Christina's famous backpack.
It's actually like one of the like loopholes for Doctor Who that they can't regenerate if they turn into skeletons. That's the main tangent.
We were talking, I think, last week about what, like, if you chop him up into little bits and scatter them to the
does
end of the
he Majin Buu style regenerate into a bunch of smaller Doctors?
I mean,
like, what is the limits on his regeneration if he gets vaporized by Killer
the rules
Queen?
keep constantly getting rewritten. Like it's
well, yeah, because fucking Stephen Moffat comes in and rewrites them. So.
Yeah. Someone, it was a while ago, so I don't remember who it was, but somebody in our Discord was saying that was like why Stephen Moffat wanted to take control of the show, was so that he could remove the regeneration limit.
Which was,
it was
to
like
be
a
fair, the regeneration limit was like a stupid rule that like half the continuity ignored. Like it was just not a concern for anyone.
The continuity seems to ignore its own rules.
Okay, that was Chai, for the record.
We do see an episode wherein Skaro is exploded and all of the Daleks in the entire universe die, so we don't really... I feel like the show sometimes likes to walk stuff back.
Well,
yeah,
I'm just saying, is it necessarily a bad idea to put a a like 30 season limit on the show.
It's gonna keep going on forever. I'm sorry.
Not for the people who make lots and lots and lots of money off of it. So
okay. Anyway, I gotta give a shout out to Christina's backpack.
Yeah, she's got everything.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's the regeneration thing is also why like this whole like Doctor, your end is nearing, that like it goes through like the whole like end of the Tennant era is like a bit stupid because like
you're running out of lives, Doctor.
He's not dying.
This is why though in the Rebel Flesh he just jumped on a Koopa shell a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, Christina pulls out a collapsible shovel from her bag to dig out the tires. She gives Nathan a hatchet to hack up the seats. Somewhere in here, Barclay, I think, mentions that he went to mechanic school. That will come up at the very end for no reason.
2 weeks, he said.
So Angela, meanwhile, is in charge of driving the bus, which she starts the engine, but it's clogged with sand. So the doctor says, I'm going to go find a solution to the sand being in the engine somehow by just walking around in the dunes.
I'm gonna go do a thing. It's a thing. I haven't come up with it yet. Actually, with all due respect to the Doctor, he does largely explain his thinking for the most part this week, so...
Yeah, I just don't know what his plan was on, like, maybe I'll find a sand vacuum.
I'll find a desert oasis. That'll help.
Maybe I'll find some kind of native bug that eats sand.
Maybe I'll find a spaceship with some fly people on it, and they can help me.
Yeah, so the Doctor and Christina walk through the dunes. The chittering bug person watches them on the screen again. So the Doctor starts intuiting what Christina's bad vibes are. And he's like, you were scared by the sound of a siren. I don't remember where that came in. You said on the bus that I didn't mention that you were trying to go far away. We kind of bungled it in that we didn't mention either of these things that are apparently very important to the Doctor. You got a backpack full of tools. What's your deal? And she's like, I guess we're both mysteries. Is it fair at this point for me to reveal that I do not care for Christina, and I'm glad that she's never on the show again?
My favorite
whole character. Christina feels like a fanfiction character that somebody wrote, but like I really enjoy her insistence that she is just like the Doctor.
She's just like
we are the same. Like I hate to throw around this kind of, because like when people are like, she's a Mary, I don't think she's a Mary Sue. And when people say that, they're usually being toxic about it.
I do think that she is a Mary Sue, but...
It just feels so much like, this is my original character, Christina de Souza. Do not steal. I mean, she's a cool, epic burglar. She's nobility. She's an aristocrat. Yeah. She's just like the Doctor. She kisses the Doctor and jerks him
She's
off.
got a magic backpack.
I think the format of these specials kind of sets you up for failure, like, because it's... You have 60 minutes to introduce a new companion for the Doctor who is also only going to show up in that one episode, and you kind of have to like make it count that the character does seem like important enough to be like in the credits.
This is why we love Legend of the Sea Devils so much, because they didn't do that.
This week the Doctor's companion is Tara. She's got long ebony black hair and wears black eyeliner and crosses in her ears.
And all the boys have a crush on her.
But she's so clumsy.
So, yeah, I just didn't like how she's just so, like, smug about how cool she is for the whole episode. She's like, I can do this, I can do that, and I know, and that I'm gonna take charge because I'm the delegator, and I'm a royal, and I'm a what. It's just like,
I mean, she's very.
Shut up.
I think like people often talk about like Stephen Moffat always having like the same type of female character that he keeps writing, and it's true. But I think like Christina seems like the, how do I put it, the most stereotypical like Russell T Davies type like
it
female
also doesn't
character.
Help that she's here for one episode, so she has one episode to tell you how cool she is and how epic she is, instead of like, a whole season to be like, oh yeah, here's my thing. Like, also, there's a part where he says allons-y to her, and then she starts speaking French back to him, and that just made me cringe my bones out. Oh, and then she says, she like tips her cool top hat, and she goes, my name is Lady Christina de Souza. And then he says, "Oh, lady, you're nobility. You're an aristocrat. Well, I'm a lord myself. Dare I say, a lord of time."
Of quite a big estate, he says.
The fact that she's literally nobility is like, that was the part that I was just like, oh.
I think the crazy part to me is that she's aristocracy, but we're also supposed to think that that's cool.
Right. Yeah, like, am I supposed to think it's cool that this lady doesn't know what a bus is?
She says something later where she's like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm from the aristocracy. My father lost all of our fortune on the Icelandic banks or whatever," which was probably a timely reference to politics of the day. And I'm just like, good.
The Labor Party took all of our money.
So they see what looks like a sandstorm, but he says, "That's not sand. Let's go."
They're stingrays.
They run back to the bus. Everyone gets in the bus, and Carmen says they're coming closer. Oh no, sorry. Wait.
Yeah, that's right. They're on the bus, and this is when the doctor uses a phone, and I was like, that's the coolest shit I ever seen, was the doctor calling someone from outer space. I was like, this needs to come up all the fucking time. This needs to happen in every episode. The doctor needs to have a time phone that he can use to call any
it always needs to be a celebrity cameo.
You know how on old Batman episodes?
Okay, I'll just shut up right there.
No, let me talk.
Wait. You're about to give an example. I do just want to say the next time on of the first episode we watched was the doctor gets a call from Winston Churchill saying that there's a Dalek in his office.
This is what I'm saying. On old episodes of Batman, there was this reoccurring bit where they would be scaling up a building, and they'd turn the camera sideways so it looked like they were going up a building, and then a celebrity of the time would pop out of a window and be like, "Hey, it's
Lady Gaga."
Yeah, it would be like, "Oh, it's Abbott and Costello doing a funny bit or something." This should be every week. The doctor gets a call from a different celebrity on his funny time phone, and it's like, "Hey, it's me, EastEnders actor or something." "Hey, it's me, a pro footballer, your favorite guy."
"Hey, it's me, the lady who played Christine, who's standing right next to you."
"Hey, it's me, Billy Piper from Doctor Who."
That would be actually good. If there were the actor who plays the character is also existing in the universe. That would be a good twist.
Yeah, Billy Piper real.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, because he's like, I have to make a very important call. He's trying to call Unit, but he accidentally calls a pizza place by mistake.
So funny.
I was going to say, I would like it if there was another episode where the doctor is at a pizza place ordering a pizza at the counter, and then the phone rings, and the guy's like, "Oh, hold on, I got to get that." And then he picks up, and then he's like, "Oh, wrong number." And we're like, that's the doctor. He interrupted his own pizza order. How embarrassing.
I like when the doctor learns things from normal people that he doesn't know, and she's like, Angela Whittaker is like, "Oh, you can... Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot a really important scene, by the way. I'm so sorry. We skipped something."
Did we?
When we drive through the wormhole, Angela Whittaker is like, "Stop. Where are we?" And then Barclay he says, "More importantly, when are we?" He says.
My god. So he calls... Oh yeah, this was funny. I assume this is what you were about to say. When he calls Unit and he gets the automated robot menu, and he's like, "Oh, I hate these." And Angela's like, "You can usually get through to a person by holding 0. And he's like, "Oh,
second time in an episode where someone is like, "Here's something useful you can use in your life." See, Doctor Who is
education. If you have any leftover bread clips.
Is it actually true with the holding down the 0?
There's no fucking way. I refuse to believe it.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't even have buttons on my phone anymore, so who knows?
Maybe only if you're calling Unit.
No, you got the Cinco phone.
Doctor, if you're calling Unit and you hold the 0 down on the phone, it's the special doctor bypass button.
Why does Unit have an answering service? Isn't Unit supposed to be a secret unit? Not to ding this, but
I mean, the detective who's chasing everyone's favorite, most epic of characters, Lady Christina de Souza, Esquire, is just like, "Get Unit on the scene," so he knows.
Yeah, but he's a detective. I feel
they know that
he's a detective. It's his job to find out secrets.
They know that there were 3 planets in the sky one time. Maybe they teach this in school. If they're like, you learn to call 999. And then you learn the Unit hotline if there's Daleks popping out of your toilet or whatever.
It's all gonna be prank calls.
All right,
fucking...
now, if you're ever in trouble, if there's ever a scary stranger, you dial 999, and if there's ever a scary alien, you dial 111, okay?
Is this like in the Doctor Who universe, is this like the Doctor Who version of swatting that you just call unit on people and they show up and point guns at you and...
You cut out.
Whatever.
Okay, great. I'll just say yes, it is whatever you say.
I'm not going to force it anymore.
Great.
So when they call unit, they all start like... freaking out over the fact that the Doctor's on the phone and like saluting and clapping.
Arissa Magambo is the name of the captain. Fun fact: apparently, this is the lady who played Hermione in The Cursed Child.
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay,
that's very cool.
She says it's an honor to speak with you, Doctor, and she salutes into the phone.
And the Doctor hears it,
and he cringes. He can hear it, by the way. He like knows.
Oh yeah,
and then
she
says,
you "Just salute me."
And then she says, he's like, okay, I need the wormhole analyzed. And she's like, well, we have our funny advisor, Dr. Comedian.
We have
Dr.
a zany
Silly.
scientist.
You want to speak to my comedic advisor, Dr. Malcolm Taylor.
There's not enough comedy in this episode. Put me on the phone with someone silly.
We got
so
to
she
drag
does,
this out
and then
for an hour.
We have
Dr. Taylor, phones for you. Oh, okay, here I come. Whoa, I slipped on a banana peel.
We have this extended, just insufferable scene with the funny scientist about, I measured it 50. His name is Malcolm Taylor, and he's like, 15 Malcolms, what big? And then it's like, you named the unit after yourself, and he goes, silly boobity 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 boobity, and then it's so funny.
It's really funny, and
it's really funny.
That's it.
I really love how what the fuck was I gonna say? The funny comedic advisor. I need to backtrack my thoughts. Hang on.
What was your favorite joke from this scene?
Oh, I was gonna say.
And I know it's hard to pick. I know.
I was gonna say the ongoing bit of him being like so much a Doctor Who fanboy. Like I hate this type of like self-referential.
Can you imagine if there was
shit.
an episode? Yeah, like if there was an episode about like a Doctor Who fan club. Yeah,
that would be really funny and cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I actually liked the part where he's fanboying at the Doctor and he says, I've read all your files, and the Doctor gets distracted and says, oh, which one's your favorite? I like the one with the giant robot. It's stupid, but I liked it.
He says, I liked Remembrance of the Daleks, parts 1 through 4. I liked when you had a funny question mark motif.
I mean, it's like fine. It would be fine if he does it once, right? But he does it like throughout the entire episode.
I just don't like when the show is just applauding itself. Like,
Yeah.
I want to say I like it because I applaud for every TV show I watch because they worked so hard on them. But I want to note a line where when she hands the phone to him, she says something like, we all long to meet him one day, but we know what that day will bring. Which I assumed was like some kind of foreshadowing or maybe a reference
I think it just
to
means
something
that if they're ever
the
meeting
future.
the Doctor, something
Except they meet him this episode, so I don't know what that's talking about.
I think that what she's saying is that if you're ever in a situation where you're meeting the Doctor, it's probably because something really bad is currently happening.
I guess so. So the Doctor says, Malcolm, can you analyze my hole? He says that he's like, the instruments can't get any readings from it. So I highlighted it and I clicked invert color and I detected the opposite.
This is literally like when Flat Earthers like put a picture of the Earth into Photoshop and then they like upscale it and they go checkmate. He's like, I took a picture of the wormhole and then I inverted it and then I looked at all of the parts that I couldn't see and then I solved it.
I do feel like it's a little lazy that they already did the whole thing with the Void ship in Army of the Dead that I still don't know what it's about. And then they're like, oh, we've got another one that you can't measure. Remember that?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of things in this show that they can't measure because they're outer space phenomenon that they don't understand.
Cooler every time.
Yeah, that's why the Doctor's wearing sunglasses. He's so cool. We're back on the ship, and on the bus ship. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the Void ship again.
Yeah, there's a lot of
take a
vehicles
picture
in this episode.
They take a picture of the storm and like the big sandstorm that's not sand, but it's shiny because it's like metallic. That's interesting.
It is pretty funny that he's literally like texting pictures to Malcolm and being like, "What do you make of this?" with his fucking cell phone.
I'm surprised that this wasn't like an ample. Actually, I learned from a Tom Scott video one time that apparently product placement on BBC is not a thing they can do very much. So if this was an American show, this would be the doctor would be like, I'm sending this with my 4G LTE BlackBerry now with look at my excellent picture quality on this camera. He would say, "Wow, this is a beautiful picture. My digital camera can't even take him this good." He would say. They send a very good picture, a high quality picture to Malcolm, and he says, "Wow, what a good phone you have, Barclay."
Wow, this is great. I love 2009. Phones are so good right now.
It even gets email.
I bet there will never be more megapixels than this.
I was going to say...
Did you like my 100-year-old reference to The Secret Life of the American Teenager?
I did like it.
I kind of expected them to do the opposite of like the product placement, where it's like the doctor has like his zany own like doctor phone, the Who phone.
God, that's literally like, that's a Seventh Doctor thing that he would have. He would have his own doctor. It would be called the Who phone.
Yeah, it would be like a
question mark on it. Oh, please. And he puts his ear, it's like the question mark is the earpiece. Oh,
this is my Samsung phone, but other choices are available.
I was saying when I was cutting out, apparently, according to Tom Scott, who I trust with my life, BBC has strict laws about advertisement and product placement because it's taxpayer funded.
Oh yeah, that's why you always hear them say like other blanks are available.
Yeah, that's why like they don't do branding. That's why on BBC apparently. Usually. Anyways. Hey,
this is the first show we've ever watched with no product placement in it.
This is the part with the doctor's like,
no clean and clear, no sour.
Yeah, Christina's like, oh, my skin is so dry from the desert air, and the doctor's, and she pulls out of her backpack. I always come prepared with my.
I wish I had a burst of energy,
so I could do something beautiful for myself.
Okay, so. At some point here, they notice that there's like little glints of metal in the sand. I don't remember why that matters, but there you go.
Yeah, this is gonna be like for the rest of the episode. I'm not understanding what's happening.
Wait, you don't understand why the metal in the sandstorm is important?
No. Oh, was it in the sandstorm?
Yeah, it was like the sandstorm was all shiny.
Okay, that makes sense. Carmen is still doing her psychic freakouts. She's like, they ride the storm, they devour.
You say still doing her psychic freakouts. That's all she does for the entire episode.
Christina and the doctor are standing at the top of some dunes, and Christina hears the chittering, and she's like, oh, there's a big bug guy standing
How
like 3
did he
feet away
sneak up on her? They are in the fucking desert! There is no cover here. How did he get the jump on them? Anyway, it was a big guy with a big fly head, and I really liked that. That was very fun.
Flies are famously very quiet too. Yeah. I mean, I guess this isn't literally a fly.
It's not a fly. It's an alien with a fly's head. The doctor can speak their language because he speaks every language.
I don't know if I knew that yet.
Apparently,
I think there's this weird like. Because he doesn't have his TARDIS around, because usually the TARDIS does, like, translate everything.
Is this does he have a universal translator Star Trek on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because the Doctor speaks every language, and whenever they meet a different race, he's like, oh, these are the Tridivorians or whatever, I can speak Tridivorian. But then he speaks all the different languages on Earth. Does that mean that every other race has one language, but we have a bunch on Earth because the Tower of Babel was real?
Yes, this is the problem with sci-fi, that like every alien planet is completely homogenous. Mm-hmm. Or like there's maybe two distinct subcultures. Factions. Yeah, two factions. It's like the
Tridivorian preps and the Tridivorian goths.
The entire planet of Bajor has one global religion. They all follow this one religion.
I think the reason everyone is that the same. It would be confusing if you are.
It would be very confusing from a TV writing standpoint if they were like. And this is the northeastern continent of Tridivor, where they speak this dialect, and the Doctor has a hard time understanding that dialect. And then this one,
that'd be better. That'd be better.
Yeah, it's a bit of a you just gotta
definitely
accept it.
Never
that's the shit I would like.
Never got hung up on this before. But from now on, it's gonna ruin my enjoyment.
Are we being
of
Jeremy?
any
Are we
sci-fi.
being Jeremy Cinnamonsons?
I'm not getting hung up on it. I just think it would be.
Why are there no communist Ferengi?
I'm just saying he was there on the real Easter, so he probably also saw the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, well, he's got a story to tell
Easter
about that.
The part where Jesus comes out of his tomb and says, "To the Tower of Babel, Doctor! To the house of the undying
the next episode ends on a cliffhanger of him getting a phone call from Jesus that he needs to come.
Played by...
Ricky Gervais.
God.
I just had an accidental Greg Turkington
They would
moment.
definitely cast a white Jesus, I know that.
There's no fucking way that Ricky Gervais hasn't been on this show. He has to have been in an episode.
I saw a post that was like a compilation of all the Taskmaster contestants that have ever been on Doctor Who, and I was like, close. I want that to be a delightful surprise.
I will be so excited when, like, Nish Kumar appears in an episode. I will clap my hands bloody.
Mm-hmm.
So Ricky Gervais does have an entry on the TARDIS wiki, but I think it's just...
But, like, you get an entry on the TARDIS wiki if they reference you in an episode. Like toothbrushes have a TARDIS wiki entry. We're going real
anyway,
long.
the Doctor chitters at the thing.
You know why he has an entry on the TARDIS wiki? Because he did the show Extras, in which... Oh, there was a special of Extras in which his character starred in Doctor Who. So, like, in his show, his character was in Doctor Who, but not in actual Doctor Who.
Oh,
very
Jesus.
Good. Very cool.
Okay, so the Doctor's chittering at the thing, and he explains that he is, he has a quip here where he's like, it means wait. It usually works for me when I yell wait at people in their language. But it doesn't. He begs the guy for mercy, and the Bugman tells them to start walking, and it takes them to its wrecked ship.
Once they're on the ship, the Doctor does make peace with the aliens by, like, telling them honestly that they crashed like they did. They're all the same. They're trying.
He does say
off.
that they have, like, a lie detector translator thing.
It also tells you who is writing each individual line of dialogue, which I thought was pretty useful.
So I need to make a note here. In classic Doctor Who fashion, there is a little point here about the technology of this ship that I was like, I'm not going to bother writing that down. And then later it was like, down. And here's why they survived. So I will note at this point that it's a very cold ship. Its hull translates heat into cold.
It works.
So the hotter it is, the colder it gets inside.
Yeah, it's
which
like
I
a
feel
refrigerator.
Like, it just works.
It's like Boyle's Law or whatever.
That's the thing that's the thing that you said as like a 5-year-old Jordan that was like, the thermostat should make it colder inside when it's hot out.
I did say that, you're right, because when it's hot outside, what I want to be is fucking freezing
cold inside.
Freezing my ass off.
Why would the ship do that?
Is it possible? I mean, why wasn't there a line that was like the Trinivorians needed to be freezing cold? So literally, the Trinivores were here because they wanted. We learned they're on the planet. It's like San Bernardino or something. San Helios, I think it's called.
San Bernardino, more like.
The planet, we see like what the planet looked like a year ago, and it was like a beautiful. It's like the meme image that's like society if
it's the year in shot.
Yeah. It's a perfectly circular crystal city with a pneumatic mail system and modular housing.
I'm going to derail this very quickly to ask a question, which is, would either of you know what I'm talking about? We talked about them liking it to be very cold when it's very hot for some reason. I feel like my brain is reminding me of some like weird sci-fi something that was like, they eat the difference in temperature.
What? Sounds like a Doctor Who episode.
It might be a Doctor Who thing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like there was some show where there was a really confusing thing where they were
Can you do me a favor and just say that line in Kyle XY voice?
They eat the difference in temperature.
It's probably from Kyle XY.
I'm Googling eats the difference in temperature, but I don't see anything here.
If anyone knows what the fuck I'm thinking of, please tell me, because I don't know what this is. Freezeman is an ice-themed robot master from Mega Man 7. He was originally built as a prototype robot for non-polluting energy before being modified for combat by Dr. Wily. Based on the theory that high and low temperatures combined are equal to normal temperature, Freezeman can split the normal temperature in the ambient into high and low temperatures, using the former as an energy source and the latter to attack with his freeze cracker, a snowflake-like projectile. That is what I was thinking of.
There's definitely a Doctor Who alien that feeds off lost time. And we'll get to it one day.
I feel like I'm describing like a part 15 JoJo stand.
I'm so excited to talk about the aliens who eat difference in time because it's going to make you really mad. Anyways,
it's going to make sense.
It's going to make a lot of sense, and people who are listening know why.
That's good.
So we see this like futuristic Dahiran shot city for Vladimir Putin with earthquake beds, and we're like, wait, why is it futuristic society if Doctor Who was still on TV in 2022 or whatever? And apparently they all are dead. They're all sand. And the Trinivores were here to literally eat their. I can't even say it.
They came here to eat shit.
Eat shit and live, yeah.
That's what they do. Eat shit and
Yakaru. That's what
leaves.
Michelle Ryan says.
Yeah, she says Yakaru from me to you. There were 100 billion people living on the planet of San Helios in beautiful suburbs, beautiful Dubai suburbs. But they're all dead now. We get this line again, where the Doctor reveals to Lady Christina de Souza, original character Not Steel, that he's a Time Lord, and then they get this joke comes up again. This is probably like from first season or whatever, where she says, "Wait, but you look human," and then he says, "No, you look Time Lord."
He's definitely said this before, but
we heard Matt Smith say it to Amy.
He says it with like he says it like. You look Time Lord, and there's like this weird pause where it's like, because I think they're trying to like build romantic tension here between them for some reason. For one of
it's just padding for time.
I will look Time Lord.
You look Time Lord. What does Time Lord look like?
It's just a really weird delivery at this point.
They have like a 30-second scene. You look Time Lord. Well, what does Time Lord look like? They look human. But you told me that humans look Time Lord. Well, no, I'm just saying.
Sir. I look forward to seeing how far back in the show that joke goes.
My dear Ace, you look very Time Lord today.
So the Doctor realizes this is why the sand tastes so yucky, because it's the corpses of all life on the planet.
Usually sand tastes very delicious to the Doctor. But this time, it tastes really gross.
How would sand even like, sands are just like pieces of stone, so it's just gonna taste like what was on it.
Is the Doctor out here just shoveling sand into his mouth with a spoon all the
doing
time?
Sand tastings.
He has two hearts. He has a sand processing pouch in his esophagus.
You have to kind of like gargle the sand and then spit it out to like really get the taste.
It would be super funny if like 1,000 episodes into Doctor Who, just some obscure detail, like we just learned, like he opens up his third, he like expels his stomach and like he just engulfs like sand, and he's like, did I never mention that the Time Lords do this?
It's a Time Lord delicacy.
Has it never come up before? This is how we eat.
I want to see Matt Smith unhinge his jaw and like back up a truck full of sand into his mouth.
We're just describing the fucking dwarves from Artemis Fowl. We're describing Josh Gad eating dirt and shitting and farting.
Damn it. Okay, I guess I like Artemis Fowl then.
It's a good movie. I've seen it 3 times.
It's a really good movie. I really liked all of it, and I liked when Judi Dench talked like Batman.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
We cut to Malcolm, who says that the wormhole is getting bigger. He says it's over 100 Bernards now. Captain Magambo says it's over 4 miles wide.
I thought the wormhole takes you to the planet. Is it going like up into the sky? Because she did mention grounding airplanes. Is it like a
Wind Waker barrier?
Yeah. We have to align a very specific pixel and item slide through.
Dr. Taylor has found a solution. If he equips and unequips a bomb, and then he turns around and he sidesteps.
We have our best glitch bounty hunt. We have a $1,000 bounty seeing how we can get you back through this wormhole. We learned that in the process of trying to get the bus started, Angela Wittere has turned the bus...
Shut up! I hate that fucking joke. It's nothing.
Turned the bus over. The more you hate it, the more I'm going to keep doing it.
I like it a lot, Jordan, actually.
Okay.
Can you do it a lot more?
Angela Whittaker has been turning the bus over so many times that she used up all the gas, and they're trying to tell
a lot of times.
And she's like crying, and they're like, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Angela." And everyone is just like, "It's absolutely. Why did she keep doing it?"
Fuck Angela.
That can't be how that works, though,
Let's
right?
skeleton her as well.
Yeah,
Like
they push her through the wormhole to kill her.
The bus isn't even starting, and she's used up the whole tank of gas from the little, like...
At some point, the Doctor tells the Trinivores to launch a probe. He also powers up their ship by hitting it, which was really funny.
Oh yeah, he fixes up their console a little bit.
They launch a probe, and what they find is that the sandstorm is actually billions of stingrays and
metallic stingrays.
Okay, Sylvester McCoy, welcome to the show. Metallic stingrays. And what we find out is that the stingrays come to planets, they eat all of the things on the planets, they turn it all into sand, then they fly around the planets a million times like Superman.
That means that he was eating their
poopy poopies.
Ew, I bet the Trinivores would like that.
They're nasty with it.
Gross.
They literally fly around the planet a million times like Superman.
It's ridiculous. What is the point of this that he's like... That's why the wormhole's getting bigger. They fly around the planet so fast, so many times.
This is so stupid.
I love it, though. It's so Doctor Who.
Why not just be like, and then once they're done, they open a wormhole?
Of course, what else could it have been? Like, how did we not see this coming?
And then they're they're gonna go
He also says, all the metal that they eat on the planet, because for some reason every planet that they go to has metal buildings and cars for them to eat, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, their planets are generally chock full of metal.
I guess so. They go on the surface, though, whatever. Maybe they're eating on the mountains, I guess. They like sweat out the metal into an exoskeleton that keeps them safe from the wormhole, I guess.
There's just so much sci-fi plot to this episode.
Why aren't they just made of metal? Why do they have it? Like what did the exoskeletons fall off? Did they all die and then reproduce?
Right, what did they do the first time?
Yeah, didn't they only need to do that once?
I guess they're having babies while they fly really fast around the planet.
I'm just imagining it. Like they're just they're just going in a circle, fucking. And
all right, now eat your metal if you want to grow big and strong, so you can go through the wormhole with Daddy.
The storm is coming.
But wait, there's a great romance moment that you're trying to skip over.
Original character, do not steal, and she's
Why
gonna
are
kiss
you
the
smiling,
Doctor.
the Doctor? The worse it gets, the more I like it.
Me too.
But the
so
Doctor
lame.
David Tennant is like barely smiling.
It is so funny at the end of the episode. Not to like, obviously we know she doesn't come. When she's like, take me with you, and he goes, no.
And he
then
kills her.
He's like,
you need to go to jail for crimes.
It's so funny when he's just like, why can't you take me with her? And he just makes up this excuse where he's like, every companion I've ever had, something horrible. It's like,
not,
no, he just...
Take her away, boy!
It has been, like,
this
this was David Tennant's Doctor's character at this point, that he is so tortured from, like, what happened to his previous companion.
But just this one time, he's like...
No, it's the love of his life, and he has to let her go.
Yeah,
I hated that. Like, why can't he just be like, I don't think that you are as important to me as you feel like you are? Why does he have to be like, because I care too much?
This is a really,
I'm saying he's lying.
Really funny
I'm just saying he's lying about
here
it.
From the director of the episode, where he says, the episode's director, James Strong, described the character as reverting to a traditional romantic-based companionship rather than the platonic companionship in the fourth series. While still being a unique companion. What are you talking about? She's just doing the same thing.
She's very unique.
Like, Doctor Companion romances are
always
unilaterally terrible. It's always bad. I'm sorry. I know we posted...
Well, hey. I haven't seen any of them yet, so don't tell me who they are.
I know that people love to ship some of these guys.
It sucks.
It's always bad. It sucks.
I hate that ship so much. It's so stupid.
Yeah, that there's one particular
I thought that really horrible comedy scene with Amy trying to fuck the doctor in her room at the end of Flesh
Amy
and Stone
isn't even
really
like one
good.
of the big ones. Like
Amy
there's a much worse one.
There's a much worse one. Don't cancel us, guys.
It is.
I feel like they can't cancel you if they don't know what you're talking about.
It's like it's my main thing when people are talking about how the Russell T Davies era was so much better than the Moffat era. When it's like almost every single companion was like supposed to be a romantic ship.
I feel like my favorite companion is Donna, because Donna was like notably older than the other ones, and therefore was not eligible. She was not eligible to be romanced by the Doctor, which like is disgusting. Yeah, and she was good, and also the fact that she's not romantic because she's like a middle-aged woman, it says a lot of things, and I don't like any of the things that it says.
Yeah.
Anyways. This one I cannot stand. Christina de Souza, Lady Christina.
It just feels so forced. Like
it's so bad. It's our insistence that it's so fucking cringe about we're the same. I'm basically weird. When do they start doing crystal times?
That's in a minute. This part, back on the bus, they hear that the storm is coming, and they're like, "Oh, good, water!" And Carmen's like, "No water, only dust. But the girl, she will fly.
She will do cool
and
spy
Lou is
shit."
just like, "For the love of God, Carmen, please stop for now."
Is this what their entire marriage is like? It's like anything good on TV tonight? No, only
there's an ill wind.
Dark tidings are upon us.
EastEnders will be interrupted with breaking news or something.
Election coverage is upon us.
The football game will run long.
Yeah.
It's not coming.
Do not make the gravy.
This is why Lou does all the talking in their marriage, because Carmen is only capable of doing cryptic prophecy. Okay, so they're back on the ship. This is when we get to the bottom of why they crashed, because they didn't arrive through the war. It was really a Sully Sullivan type situation with geese and the turbines, but instead of geese, it was stingrays.
Well, we don't know that just yet. She does point out though. She's like, we assumed that their ship was fucked up from the wormhole, but they came here to trade, so they wouldn't have come through the wormhole. They came here to buy poo-poo.
Their ship's drive stalled out in the sky. And
they showed the Doctor to their
big
engine
hole
that they keep at the bottom of a well.
They show hole, and in the hole is a big shiny crystal, and he says, "I need that crystal. If only there was a person bad. If there was a bad enough dude who had a cool backpack full of spy."
And then it cuts to Christina de Souza, and she goes, "What if all crimes were theft?"
Really makes you think.
And at this point,
that's a Dinesh D'Souza reference. There you go.
At this point, Christina lowers herself in to stuff the ballot box. There is my joke that I made. Yeah. Before we started recording.
Though, he's looking for like an access hatch while she starts like suiting up and lowering down. The Doctor doesn't know that she's doing this. Though.
I really enjoyed how, because they're padding for time, because it's an hour long for no reason, how long and how slowly Christina is lowering herself down.
It's a gripping heist sequence. What are you talking about?
Agony. It is fucking agony watching this lady descend at the speed of snail.
Brian De Palma, Mission Impossible, retire.
The stakes, though. She has to get this thing that we don't know what it is for reasons that we don't know.
And we find out later that it's not even the thing that she's supposed to be getting.
Okay, but it's the thing. She does get a thing. It's just not the thing that we think it is.
And also, right before, like, the Doctor's like, "What are you doing?"
This sinking down sequence reminds me of, like, when you're in a Dungeons & Dragons, like, game, and you kind of, like, do something that your DM didn't really expect. So you're like, "Yeah, I'm lowering myself down." So he's like, "Okay." So you see a big red button on the side because it's just like,
yeah. What was the plan for for this.
If the Doctor hadn't used his sonic screwdriver at the last second to slow her descent, she would have just been fucking vaporized.
No, because
she passes through the laser security field to prevent... Huh?
It's to prevent the ship's drive from getting up
but
and
it's a
walking
big,
out,
learning moment from Christina, because, up to this point, she was used to the laser, not being on the top. It was always on the side only. So it's really pays off from the beginning of the episode.
But next time she goes on a heist, she's just going to be looking for the big red button. They should have at least
done like a foreshadowing in the beginning when she lowers down and there's a laser grid ceiling and she has to push a big red button to turn it off.
Turn the laser grid off.
And then we would say, why is the big red button right there? But
it's the button that makes it good.
At least this would be a thing.
This is the point where, as she's agonizing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do want to elaborate on what I just said, just to make sure that this is crystal clear to everyone. That's a reference to how there's a crystal at the bottom of the well. He says that there's a security grid, but the way to disable the security grid is a big red button above the security grid.
Makes sense.
Why?
That's where it should be.
To keep people from escaping from the engine.
What is it, to make sure that if you fall down this big hole with no guardrails that you die extra good?
It's this the correct way to do they always lower themselves down up until just to that point?
last episode that we watched, 2 episodes ago that we watched, they were galactic class spaceships have a forest running through the middle of it so that they can oxygen. And I was like, wow, that's really cool, interesting sci-fi spaceship design. I kind of dig that. It's really trying to.
Oh, that's very well thought out.
A galactic class star cruiser has a big hole in it that kills you if you go down into it for no reason.
And if you get any geese trapped in your engines, there's a security grid that keeps them from getting out.
If only that plane had a geese-killing laser grid in front of the entrance, we wouldn't have the legendary Sully. We wouldn't know his name.
Really That's why he removed it.
As she's lowering herself at the speed of slow, she starts talking about her bloodline and how she's an aristocrat, and
there's a little probably callback moment where she says
they survive for a reason. The reason is because they have a backpack full of gadgets.
Yeah.
He says, you're a real shady piece of shit there, Christina. And she says, well, you're one to talk, spaceman. And he says, a friend used to call me that. And I don't know who that is. So
probably one of
I'll
his
find out eventually.
It could be any of 35 different people over the course of 40 years.
So he reveals himself as a time traveler. He looks at the stolen goblet in her bag and he's like, I've been to a lot of places at a lot of times, and one of those times and places was the court of King Ethelstan in 924, where this cup came from. What's going on there, Christina?
If I was writing Doctor Who, I would give him all of his abilities, but I would give him a normal memory.
Oh yeah.
So he's just I definitely have seen this before, but I don't really remember. It's a long time ago.
That would be really good.
Play the solo journaling RPG, 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, for a very interesting memory-based experience.
I have some
so he
more,
recognizes this cup.
I have some more quotes from the director about the character of Christina, because this relates to the bit we just. It's back to basics. She's probably more of a traditional romantic kind of Thomas Crown Affair kind of heroine, if you like. It echoes me of Spoiler's character, in that there may be a good old-fashioned romantic connection between them. She's young, she's beautiful, she's sexy, but whereas this previous character was a very ordinary, normal girl, Lady Christina is a lady. She comes from a very privileged, very elite background. She's different from any of the companions we ever had, in that she doesn't particularly want to get caught up with the Doctor. She's got her own thing going on.
She wants to get caught up with the Doctor so bad, it's her only motivation.
She's literally begging him to catch her up with him.
She's got her own thing going on, so she's very much a match for the Doctor and very much an equal.
It's very revealing that one of her best qualities is that she's young.
That's she's young, she's beautiful, she's sexy.
Oh, damn, beautiful and sexy? She sounds really
But
cool.
unlike the other companions, she's also a noble woman, so that makes her the equal of the Doctor.
She's the president-elect of the Council of Time Lords.
When you have to justify this character by being born into the aristocracy, and that's why she's the Doctor's equal. I don't know about that one.
This show is so fucking jerk off the Doctor 100% of the time, which is, by the way, what she wants to do.
Yeah.
But like,
never stop.
At least the show is constantly giving us. It's like showing us why the Doctor is cool, like why the Doctor.
Why you'd want to jerk him off.
Why you'd want to jerk him off. Like, I don't want to jerk him off, but like, the show is like, look at all the cool things he can do. Look, he's had so much life experience. He's seen and been everywhere. Wow, very cool. And it's like, this lady is, I hate her. I hate her very much. I can't stand her.
I do want to say, while I didn't like Christina and I didn't like her relationship with the Doctor, I did like the Doctor in this episode. I did want to jerk him off from beginning to end.
My enjoyment of the Doctor seems to be correlated by how much he's willing to explain his logic and his thinking. And this is why I kind of liked Remembrance of the Daleks' 7th Doctor a lot, because he's not like obfuscating things beyond a certain point
until the very end, where he's like, look at this surprise genocide.
That's why he rocks.
Well, you could. But like he's up to the reason he's not telling people anything is because he's doing something very morally dubious. By which I mean,
right, as opposed to the 11th Doctor in Flesh and Stone, where he's like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking because I want it to be a surprise to the viewers.
The Doctor at his core is like a problem solver. That's like his best quality, is that he can solve any problem. Mm-hmm. And when he is willing to tell you why or what he's doing and like make it make sense. This is why I hate Sherlock so much. It's because he refuses to explain any of the things that he's thinking of at any time until he reveals how smart and cool he is by solving the problem off screen. So if he's going to solve the problem on screen by saying, here, we need this crystal to fix our bus because I'm going to turn the bus into a ship and fly it back to Earth. That's like, cool. Okay. Whatever. I like it. You're not annoying the shit out of me by being cryptic for no reason.
Well, back on the subject of the crystal, she gets to the bottom, and she says something about like, oh, I need this money because my dad lost it all. And he says, nice try. This isn't something you steal when you need money. This kind of theft is a lifestyle, which is, I do like the idea that it's like, oh no, my dad is in financial trouble. I have to steal a goblet from the museum. But then he acknowledges that he stole his TARDIS, which is news to me.
Oh yeah,
and then they hear a nasty, gross noise, and he says, come back up. But she says, I need the crystal. This is where we find out why their ship crashed, because they sucked up the stingrays through their vents, and now one of them is stuck in the engine. And this is where the fucking temperature thing becomes so important. Because why is the stingray not moving? Because it's cold.
But it's a very sensitive time, because apparently it's cold, but the body temperature of Lady Christina de Souza, original character Denaciel, is just enough to bring the body, the heat of the room, the ambient temperature, up to stingray activation temperatures.
And she takes this opportunity to be like, I have that effect.
Shut up! Matt Smith voice. Shut up! She grabs the crystal, and the Doctor's like, no, don't just take the crystal. Take the plate thing it's attached to as well. We need those. And then he presses the go up fast button that she wasn't using to go down slow.
But on her way up, she pushes Chekhov's red button to close the security field on the stingray, and that's why it was there in the first place.
But because the stingray has exoskeleton, it doesn't get vaporized, it just smashes into it, and it's still alive on the ship, and there may even be more than one. And wow, oh my god, they take the thing on their way out. Wait, I think I'm skipping some stuff. Maybe.
This is ridiculous. They go back to the Tridivore captain,
right?
And he's like, oh, I will not leave my ship behind. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, but the stingray, there might be more than one. They can eat through the metal. They're gonna get to us. It's not safe. And then the captain's like, oh, okay, fine. Blah, blah, blah. And then they turn to leave, and the stingray crashes through the ceiling and eats them both of the Tridivores.
But one more thing. I need to comment on this. They're like, we can't leave the ship. The Doctor's like, a captain can never leave a ship. And then And then I think Christina says, we can find a place for you on Earth. Bro, he's got a time machine that takes you anywhere in space. Just take him back to the planet he's from. Why are they, like, rehoming these fly people?
Well, good news. They're not, because they're going to be
fucking dead. I want to see the episode where the two Trinivores experience, like, prejudice on planet Earth because they're gross shit-eating fly people so and no one wants to hang around them.
I want to hear what these writers have to say about racial injustice.
I want the sitcom about where they rehouse the Trinivores with two human roommates and chaos and comedy ensues.
That's one of the like 10 billion Doctor Who spin-offs that
Three's Crappany.
You can save a lot of money on water bills if you just don't flush the toilets and let the All right, I'm all done. Get in there, boys.
I want to see the episode where they go to the Trinivore home planet, which is just a big ball of shit in space.
Planet doo-doo. Let's see. They go.
That was the one planet that Sim Shaw didn't want to put in a crystal.
Stinky. Yucca PU. That's the prank. That's the like trick that they pull on the end is that they get the Ux to pull Planet Doo-Doo through the portal, and he goes ew, and then he gives up and he quits his job.
So they run back to the bus. Malcolm. This got a chuckle out of me when Malcolm calls the doctor and he goes, "Not now, Malcolm," and Malcolm just says, "Fair enough," and hangs up.
And then he's like, actually, we didn't need this crystal. I just needed these clamps.
I love when he just like hucks the crystal aside, like, won't be needing this anymore.
He attaches.
I was surprised though. I really thought that Christina was going to grab it.
Me too. I was like, wait, I thought this would be valuable for her because it's a shiny object.
It's really weird that she doesn't take
character development because she learns the value of.
She's like, what can I possibly?
She's like, I'll leave this here in honor of driving the bus driver.
So he puts the clamps.
Crystals.
He puts the clamps on the wheels. He puts the big clamp on the steering wheel. And then they're gonna fly the bus through, but unfortunately, they don't have the necessary component that will make it work. He needs something gold, something metallic and malleable and gold and expensive and
goblet shaped.
And then
this is really funny though, because first of all, Barclay comes over and he's like, "You need something gold? You can use my watch." And the doctor's like,
"Fake."
Oh, they saw you coming, didn't they?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He just keeps bullying this guy.
Yeah. But this is the part that I love where Christina is like, okay, she hands him the goblet and says, just be careful with it. And he says, okay, I promise. And he just starts beating the shit out of it.
This was the highlight of the episode.
Pretty good. Pretty funny.
Now I need to cinnamon sins this because the doctor tells Malcolm, as soon as we pass through that portal, you need to close it behind us because there's going to be big stingray monsters after us. And then what happens next is that the captain is like, no, don't listen to him. We love the doctor. We clap for him every day, and we'll clap for him every day after this in honor of him when we kill him.
We gotta kill him.
But you need to close that wormhole right now. We can't risk waiting.
Close the wormhole or I will kill you. And then he says no.
Yeah, she puts a gun in his face.
There's no consequences to him waiting long enough for the doctor to come back.
And he says, no, I won't. And she's like, okay, fine. And then the doctor flies... Oh yeah, they're anti-gravity clamps. Did I not mention? The bus flies.
So zany. This is so zany.
I did really like the shot of them like looking at through the side mirror of the bus at the.
It is literally playing like Christmas music, Santa sleigh, elf music as he flies this bus through the wormhole, and everyone smiles and claps and says, "We're flying!"
What I don't get is that the captain was like, "Close it now," and then he's like, "No," and then the bus flies through, and then the doctor's like, "Close it now," and Malcolm's like, "What?" And then they leave it open for a minute. Why do they leave it open?
Well, because we need to have a scene of the unit guys.
We're gonna see them shoot down exactly 3 of these stingrays coming through.
I like the part where the captain says, our guns aren't working on the stingrays, and then their guns work on the stingrays.
I don't know what the point of that was.
I thought the thing was going to be like they closed the wormhole, and it's like, oh, they were a hive mind, and they're cut off from the rest of their race, and they all shut down.
Become nice, and then they get an apartment.
They just shoot them enough, and they die. So I don't understand, like...
Yeah, that was written by Gareth Roberts.
Padding. Copyright Gareth Roberts. I like when the bus flies through the wormhole and the doctor has to like swerve up so they don't like take the heads off of all the unit soldiers.
When did they start clapping? Is it when the bus flies through?
Let me see. I got it in my notes each time it happens. The stingrays come out. This is where Malcolm is like, "Oh, I'll close it." Oh my god,
comedy,
this is the
funny,
part where he's like, "Okay, I'll close it," and he pushes a button. His computer explodes. He grabs a fire extinguisher and he like flails around for a while.
Okay, he pushes a button to close the wormhole, which he can do, and then the computer catches fire, and then the doctor calls him on the phone and tells him to close the wormhole, and then he pushes a different button, and then the wormhole closes.
But the doctor says, "Increase the signal by 500 Bernards." So,
I am once again asking you to close the wormhole. They shoot the stingrays down, with guns that don't work, but then the guns work. And they save the day, and then,
oh my god, I don't even remember this fucking part that she's talking about, but Christina, like, leans over to the doctor and says, "You know, when I said I hated you, I was lying."
You were fucking sucking his dick the whole episode. What are you talking about?
I hate this.
She's so fanfiction-y. Oh, I hate
gives
you,
him
God.
a
Like,
big sloppy kiss on the lips.
Big slopperoo, tongue kissing.
So Nathan, the youngest guy on the bus, thanks the bus driver and jumps out.
Is the bus still in the air?
Has anyone noticed that the bus is flying?
Has
anyone pointed that one out?
Oh, I see, Sam. Are you a fucking zoomer?
Yeah, I'm younger than you.
Mm-hmm. That was a good joke. I liked it.
I did like the part where they're like, "Our weapons aren't working," so the doctor just starts like crashing the bus into them, which I don't know is a good idea considering we know that they eat metal.
They're flying this bus around above London in the skies of London, crashing it, and like I need to know what this looks like for the people. And if you're in London, you're hearing the sounds of air missiles like shooting guns, and then you look up and you see a flying, like, this is zany, too much for me. I'm going to bed. I can't handle this right now.
He then lands the bus. I did think it was a little bit fucked after she kisses him when he does his bus driver impression. He's like, "All right, folks, we're pulling into London." I'm like, man, he died.
Too soon.
Are you talking about bus driver racism?
He died because of you.
You can't talk like he died.
No, the doctor tried to stop him.
He made his choice. He made his choice, and he's in hell now.
But he brought him into the wormhole. Like, otherwise he would have like driven somewhere else.
That is actually true. Oh, I don't know if we even mentioned that his detector thing is why the wormhole opened.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Let's see. He
lands the bus and everyone applauds.
I've heard that, twice a day, whenever like at 8:00 sharp every single day, every British person goes out on their balcony and claps for the doctor.
They're still doing that.
They have a big boat doing donuts for the doctor.
So,
Prince Charles, or now King Charles, like, comes out and acts as like he's clapping for the first time in his life.
Wow,
they
King
land
Charles
and the unit guys tell them, like, "Okay, everyone right this way for screening and debriefing." I did like when the doctor just like flashes his psychic paper and just says, "I don't count."
Then we get a funny scene where Funny Malcolm, the funny scientist of comedy PhD, comes out and he hugs the doctor and he says, "I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you," for just enough time to pad an extra 30 seconds.
Literally, every character has every line that every character says, they have to say it 10 times.
Yeah, it's like Ricky on The Secret Life.
Yeah.
"I love you, Amy. I told you I love you."
Captain Magumbo salutes the doctor and says, "I salute you," so he knows she's
There
saluting
is something
him.
so funny about people literally clapping and literally saluting the doctor. Like, this is a joke that we would make of "I am saluting."
I literally, in my head for this entire episode, I've just been hearing the Harry Potter, the like,
It's the scene at the end where Hagrid shows up and everyone claps and laughs and claps and salutes for 30 fucking minutes.
Doctor just fix the problem that he created. Like, I don't know why this is so clap-worthy.
But everybody lived except for that.
Well, he saved the Tritivores and the bus driver.
Yeah, but they don't know that. Like, the people on Earth don't care about the Tritivores.
They don't care about the working class.
There was a part we didn't mention this, but when his skeleton like falls through the portal, they like go through the dust and they're like, "This was the bus driver."
Of course.
I think they found like his incineration proof bus driver badge or something.
The doctor is like, well, the creatures are gonna keep doing their thing, making big wormholes. It's how they survive. So I'm just gonna send them to uninhabited planets somehow, some way, and hope they never show up again.
No elaboration on that. I will direct their wormholes.
The doctor gets Nathan and Barclay hired at UNIT and says
weird.
They're like elite because one of them didn't fix the bus and one of them
because
sat
Barclay
around.
has an NVQ in like car repair and Nathan is unemployed.
Like it's
at this
the
point,
least he can do to get these guys like employed at a probably extremely dangerous job.
At this point, the captain is like, "I've got a surprise for you."
He goes up to the captain. He's like, and if you can do anything for Lou's gravy.
I hear they're using the like instant gravy. We need to get these guys a cooking class or something.
Can you get them some kitchen accomplice beef?
Can you get them like a
concentrate?
$50 gift card to grocery store chain?
Better than bouillon.
Oh, that stuff is good actually. I love Better Than Bouillon. I hardly endorse that product.
Is that a brand?
Yeah, Better Than Bouillon. It's like you buy a jar of it and then you never ever need to buy chicken stock at the store again.
I thought that I must have seen it and just forgotten.
You just put you put like a teaspoon of it into a pot of hot water and then you have chicken stock. It's amazing.
But other options are available.
I don't know if other options are available for
other options are available.
I think that's the only product that works. I mean, you could use like stock.
That's the only product. That's the only product that the BBC is allowed to endorse.
Better Than Bouillon.
There are no other options available.
I've just turned into fucking what's that guy's name? Chef
John?
Something. What's that guy's name? Chef Jean? No, the chef.
Oh, Marco.
Jean Pierre. Marco Pierre White. And I'm just here shilling for my favorite stock cube company.
And just add a little bit of Pitzman's mustard.
Not a little bit. Chef Marco rubs like 2 to 3 whole cubes on his chickens.
Every single day.
You have to rub like chicken stocking on the chicken so that it tastes more like chicken.
And then pour like a whole bottle.
So Christina's getting scanned. Oh yeah, this is where they're like, "Doctor, we have a surprise for you."
It is so funny how this is the second time of like 6 episodes we watched where a person has picked up the TARDIS and moved it away. Like,
okay, this is so funny though because the whole time I was just like, UNIT is they're just like a slightly tweaked version of the fucking Torchwood Institute. Yeah. They take his TARDIS, they put it in a big bag, they clap and applaud for him.
They're like nice Torchwood. They like him, and they seemingly aren't as racist as Torchwood, and like imperialist as Torchwood. And also, apparently, they don't
fuck. Like that's the main difference.
They're not bisexual. Literally one of my biggest mysteries, János, is how does Torchwood go from we don't even use the metric system because we want to recreate the British Empire and we're so xenophobic and racist to we like to kiss boys and girls, and Jack Harkness is like getting sloppy toppy from an ood or something.
It's literally like
how does that?
Well, if we get to like $250 on Patreon.com/pottingbros, then we'll start watching Torchwood.
How does that happen? Does Torchwood only happen? Does that only happen on the show Torchwood, or do we see that like progressive transformation on the show? I don't
think like in the show there's only like Jack Harkness says like things about how he's fucking everything, like even aliens, and that's a cool bisexual moment.
Like, it
donate to our Patreon if you want us to watch.
But like on the extra Torchwood, I've only seen like the first episode and fucking sucked. I heard it gets better in the later seasons, but like it's like they're like really shoving like sex in your face like immediately, so you know that this isn't your granddaddy's Doctor Who.
Play with her
Christina wishes the Doctor would shove sex in her face. Anyway, okay. I did want to say, because the captain says that they found his TARDIS in the gardens of Buckingham Palace, which does imply that he was fucking the Queen again, because we know that he loves to do that.
He's just showing up. Every year he shows up for his annual fucking pussy blast the Queen Elizabeth
Okay, great.
II.
We might get executed for that one.
Good.
So,
come and get me.
Christina like runs over to the doctor and she's like, "Can I be your new companion, please, please, please? Can I be a series regular?" And he says, no way.
No, you're really annoying.
We cut to the detective who's still here, and he's like, hey, oi, no!
I was really disappointed because we watched the doctor like deadpan stone cold stare at Christina as she gets arrested, and I was really hoping that it was just going to be left at that.
Yeah, me too.
He's just like, goodbye.
But yeah, she's like, please, you have to let me get in your TARDIS right now or I'll go to prison. She says, like, I only steal things for the adventure. I don't have to steal things anymore if you take me with you. And we're exactly the same. And there's only
another
one bed.
thing we have in common.
And then he says that he's lost everyone he's ever traveled with, which I do know is not true, but I'm assuming that he's lost a lot of companions recently.
Literally, like, they are constantly coming back in specials. Like, I don't know. We literally saw Ace
well, we saw the Army of Ghosts is at the end of Series 3, and
Rose Tyler, This Is How I Died.
Rose says that this is the story of how I died. I'm assuming that Series 4, just every episode a companion dies.
It's just like... Hi, I'm Martha. Hi, I'm Donna. Hi, I'm Trengla. Hi, I'm Virgo.
I think there was
Granddad
one
Prentice.
companion who died like in the classic series. Exactly
I
one.
was gonna say, I'm trying to think back if there were any companions that I know of who like.
He's got
Doctor.
Can you stop
think
like
any of the
going
new
to
ones.
wars and just like meet Elvis or
We
something?
literally, I told you on an episode, Sam, that we see Sarah Jane, like old lady Sarah Jane from the Tom Baker specials in K9, who are still alive and old and kicking, and she was around. She outlived her actress's natural lifespan. Like what is he talking about?
Tegan and Ace were in the most recent special that aired.
The Doctor does something. There's something even worse than death happening to these companions, and it's the friend zone.
They don't get his dick.
I've friend zoned so many people.
So the detective runs over and arrests her. Carmen and Lou walk by, and then we get a very important sounding line from Carmen where she says, "Be careful, Doctor. Your song is ending. It is returning through the dark. He will knock 4 times.
Knock 4 times.
He's the drums of war. I remember some bongos." And then she says that, and then he says, "Okay, enjoy your chops and gravy, goodbye." And then as Christina is getting handcuffed and put into a police car by the world's most incompetent police detective,
classic character.
He points the sonic screwdriver at her, which unlocks her handcuffs. And what I thought was going to happen was that we were going to be left at that, where it's like, oh, she's going to get out because she's not handcuffed. But no, she literally just walks out,
jumps out,
gets on the flying bus, and flies it away, and everyone literally applauds.
This is so fucked up because like. The detective is chasing after her, and he's like, stop her, stop her. There's dozens of police and unit soldiers who just watch her run away and basically applaud
closes
for her.
the door of the bus, and they're just knocking on it. I'm pretty sure you can push those things open with your hands.
I did like the line, though, where the detective is like, Doctor, if you help her escape, you'll be charged with aiding and abetting. And he says, okay, I'll go arrest myself. Let me just step into this police box.
I did like that. But, like, literally as she gets on the flying bus, everyone starts cheering and clapping for her.
Yes, everyone claps and cheers.
Except for the detective.
Just like the Doctor, so she deserves, like, as much claps as him.
I
It's
literally...
actually feminist to do that.
I'm so done with
all
it.
of us are cancelled but especially the two of you for hating women.
Yeah, we're very misogynist.
And but wait, it's not over because she pulls aside and pauses and opens the door
So goofy.
or the window or whatever, and she's like, "Doctor, we could have been great together."
This is
and
like
he says,
her
we were. And then she flies off into the night, and everyone cheers again.
Yeah!
Next time on Doctor Who, people scream and shoot water out of their hands.
Next time on Doctor Who, people are still there on the highway clapping for Christina de Souza.
It's very funny that there's there's no fans who are like it doesn't like constantly go viral when someone posts an image of like Michelle Ryan in Doctor Who and with the caption "What we could have had," and it gets like 10 billion retweets.
People are just waiting. Yeah, people are just waiting for her to come back for a special eventually.
Yeah. Anyway, I look forward to randoming our next episode, and it's like 3 seasons later, and they're still clapping on the freeway.
The Doctor keeps remembering
speaking
how
of which,
great, like...
Speaking of, sorry, I have to just remind her. I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. I get like when they were like, she's a perfect companion. She's young. She's beautiful. The new Doctor Who companion for the new Doctor was born in like 2007. Like, they get younger every season.
I don't know the companion for
Rose
the
Tyler,
new Doctor is.
Billy Piper / Rose Tyler was 19 when she started on Doctor Who. Like, why are they so baby?
I look forward to the 16th Doctor, played by Jo Brand, with her 4-year-old companion.
It would literally be so good if Jo Brand was the Doctor.
They had child companions, like in the classic series.
I know. I was gonna say I would at this point I would literally love it if there was like the boy genius from Columbo.
There was a boy genius character. Everyone hated him.
Hell yes, give me that now. I do not need the Doctor doing kisses on like a teenaged girl anymore.
How about I tell you what we're gonna get next?
Oh, can we please get either an Ecclesode or a Capaldisode? I need it right now.
No, I actually took those out of the pool.
It would make a lot of sense.
My letter grade for this episode, it's a C.
C.
I liked it enough while I was watching it, but
literally,
it was not very good.
C. I was thinking to myself C+, and then as we talked about it and talked about how annoying the companion was this week, I downgraded it to a C as well in my head.
It was entertaining enough to watch, but
it's like it's completely forgettable.
I liked how much of it was about a bus. That was very funny. It was a bus-centric episode.
I'm giving it a virtue signaling woke like D because of the transphobia of the writer. So that's why I'm a better leftist and ally than both of you. So there you have it.
All right. Well, the good news is we never have to watch this episode again.
Hooray.
But what we do have to watch is...
I'm so excited.
Oh, it's not an Ecclesode. We have got a Tenant-sode.
Okay.
Series 3, Episode 3, Gridlock.
I love this one! I've been waiting for this one. I'm so excited. This is one of the episodes I actually remember from my time watching the show.
Ardal O'Hanlon's in this.
Oh my god, Ardal O'Hanlon's... Oh, fuck yes. Sam, this is one I'm so excited to talk about.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I think this is the episode where we learn about the origins of the face of Bo at the end of it.
This is... I'm not sure I would call this a good episode, but...
It's a memorable episode that
it's going to be good podcast
stuck in my brain from... It's going to be good podcasting. Holy shit. I'm so excited. This is literally like when I was going through my head thinking about what episodes of Doctor Who I remember. One of the major ones is I remember
It's
Gridlock,
definitely memorable.
because it's got a fucking buck wild premise. Who's the companion in this one? Is this a Martha episode?
It's a Martha episode.
Oh, I remember liking Martha. Oh my god. This is going to be good. I can't wait.
All right. I'm excited. Let's wrap this up. We got some Patreon stuff to get through. $1 a month gets you all of our bonus content. We're currently watching classic Doctor Who. We just finished Remembrance of the Daleks with the 7th Doctor. We're going to meet the 4th Doctor next week, with a serial that is apparently not very good. That also gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as a... What was it? Lightly coated in slime.
Yeah, lightly coated in slime.
$5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as entirely covered in slime. And you can send us a message that we'll read in one of our funny voices, and you also get a shout out on the podcast. $10 makes you a companion of the show made of slime, which lets you listen to our podcast live while we record it. Thank you to our $10 and $5 subscribers: Cassidy, Destryhawk, H. Cabe, Colin Paget Arnold, Dan Big Challenger Silva, JCH, Roy, Stephanie B, Stephanie Karen, and Tasty Sea Sponge. We got a message this week, Jordan. It's for you.
Oh boy.
This is a request from Dan for you to read something in Kyle voice.
Oh no. What do you got for us, Dan?
Send this your way.
I was hoping for this one day. Ba ba bo bo go. Be bo be ba bo. Bibo bogo spinted. Bobby boba. And that, of course, is a classic quote from Thancred Waters from Final Fantasy XIV.
I can see why this game is so beloved for its writing.
Bogo spinted.
Well, that's the end of our episode. János, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on. I'm gonna say I looked up this.
You're on a lot of podcasts, so please plug whichever ones.
Okay,
you
I'm
want
gonna do that. I'm just gonna say I looked up the episode you're gonna cover for the Patreon, and you just missed the mark because the one that comes before is probably my favorite episode of the show.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Um,
Well,
Also, I just remembered this
there's
is
like
not...
a 1 in 300 chance of us getting it next time.
Also, I just want to clarify, I just remember this is not the episode where we learn about the origin of the face of Bo, but it's... Yeah,
But
anyway.
this is the
It might
episode
be
of
in
our
it.
podcast where we learned about the ba-ba-ba-bo-bo.
The face of Boga Spinted.
yeah, I have a ton of podcast stuff, some more active, some less currently. You should check out, the one I want to shout out is, well, if you like British cultural icons, you should check out Watch is the Watch, in which we read through all of Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels.
What book are you on right now?
We're on Thief of Time currently, which is
Ooh.
a really good one.
I need to get back to Discworld. I haven't.
You're
read
like
one since.
right.
I haven't read any
before
of them. I think
it really
I would
pops
like
off.
them, but I haven't read them yet.
I haven't. I finished Reaper Man, and I don't remember what book comes after that. But
Did you get to
Discworld.
Small
Discworld
Gods
is so
yet?
good. Oh, Small Gods is one that's like I'm really excited. to
Yeah,
read.
that's coming pretty soon. And you should check out my podcast, The Quote Killer Chronicles, which we're about to wrap up. We've been through a lot. We're reading the Wise Man's Sphere currently, Patrick Rothfuss's second book of the King Killer Chronicle.
I've heard
and
that
it's
you
really
I
fucking
really
bad.
love them. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
friend of the McElroy brothers, Patrick Rothfuss.
Yep.
I can't
Noted
comment on that as
pervert.
it means absolutely nothing to me.
And I'm gonna shout out one more podcast I do, A Song of Babies and Puppies, which we do A Song of Ice and Fire, as you might have guessed.
Do you
from
like
the
those?
title.
Do you like those terrible, shitty books? Those bad books?
Yeah, they're
for bad
pretty good.
people? They're pretty good.
Anything else we want to say before I wrap this up?
No, we're on the noise. Oh, we have hot patrons.
Oh yeah, right.
We have to.
Yeah,
shout out
that's
our
right.
patrons.
You can find us on Twitter at Potting Bros, co-host at Dr. Huh. I did make a co-host for Potting Bros. I don't remember if I said that. There's nothing on there yet, but there it is. We're on Tumblr at Dr. Huh. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress.
You can follow our Tumblr on Dr. Huh, where I frequently struggle to use Tumblr correctly and accidentally put stuff on Dr. Huh that I meant to put on my main blog. So, oops. I posted some Final Fantasy 14 fan art, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. I bet the 4 followers Babo Bogos Binted. I bet people would love to see this Final Fantasy fan art.
Review us on whatever thing if you can. I don't know. Whatever.
Recommend
Please.
us to a friend, because we always like to have people listening to our podcast. And
We want to be the most famous podcast in the world.
We want to be Adam Carolla too, baby.
Finally, someone is going to fill the void that Adam... Is he still... I don't know if he still does his thing. Anyway. We're hosted on noisepace.xyz, where you can listen to other podcasts.
Like the many that we just... Wait, those aren't all...
No,
those
aren't on
My bad.
there.
I'm so fucking stupid. There's good ones like... 0 to 0, which I've recently picked up. I was listening to the Catwoman episodes, and I watched the basketball scene, and it was very challenging
So
to watch.
scandalous.
With all 136 cuts in that 2-minute long scene.
You can listen to Draining the Swamp about MASH.
You can listen to Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks.
You can listen to Picking Up Something Good, which is currently doing Steely Dan-cember.
Happy Dancember. And
Check it out.
Speaking of Dan, you can listen to Sonic Shuffle about Sonic.
I don't know that Dan was in Steely Dan, but yeah, check out those podcasts.
No, but Dan is the name of Dan who does Sonic Shuffle.
No, I got it.
Yeah. Speaking of Dan, I said.
Well, bad news.
Bad news?
Is that I have to do this prayer with another person
You
here.
did not thank our patrons.
I literally did.
Oh, okay. Did I forget? My bad.
He did do that.
Thank him again!
No. Well,
he did that.
Well, can you...
folks.
It's time for us all rise. Is that what you do when people say prayers? All rise
Yeah, sometimes.
We conclude our podcast with our evening prayer.
Yes. This is genuinely really embarrassing to do with another person here. May your life... János, can you log off? May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack, Harkness. And may the doctor light your path through time.
Amen.
Fucking hell.
They say it at cons.
I'll never ever get over the fact that Ace is in there. No other classic companion.
Well, she's the best
They
one.
just know that Ace is the best companion and that she rules and that we love her, so she gets a shout out. Bye.
Bye.